This is Jimmy from Ragebreed. This is Metal Knights of the Round Table, and you are listening to Ragebreed Radio.
Hi guys, it's Karina from Ragebreed, and this next section is the Metal Knights of the Round Table, and this is hosted by Jimi Mitchell, who will be doing an interview with Gus G from Firewind. If those of you like your power metal should all know who Firewind are. Class band, really good. And this is actually going to be in Ragebreed magazine issue 1, so if you've not bought the magazine, do go to www.ragebreed.bigcartel.com. It's going to be on the Ragebreed Radio and Ragebreed TV, so you've got some different places to watch or hear or read the interview, which is absolutely awesome. So do stay tuned. We've got this side just basically to help metal bands and stuff, and remember to stick around and listen to some class Viking metal, power metal, classic heavy metal, and we really do hope you enjoy the show. Stay tuned at the Metal Knights of the Round Table on Facebook, and next coming up is Jimi Mitchell interviewing Gus G from Firewind. Take it easy.
You got a new record. It's kick-ass. I was actually listening to it before you called, and I was listening to it yesterday and the day before. So, I got the promo from Dustin. So tell us about the new self-titled Firewind record.
Yeah, it's our ninth album. It's a little bit of not a little bit, it's actually a big change for us. We are continuing. After many years being 5 of us, we are continuing as a 4-piece, and we also have a new singer. And so it was a pretty big deal, it was a pretty big change, and I approached it as as if I was to restart the band right now, like if I would have a second chance to sort of do things all over again, and this is where it's at, and That's why I decided to have album just simply titled Firewind.
That's a good idea, actually. I like to hear you were starting over. I mean, I did see over the years where you've been quite busy. Because personally, I've known of you playing since 2002. That's when I discovered your band, and wow. I've followed you ever since. And I've watched how you played with Ozzy Osbourne, you played with Arch Enemy and stuff, and then you've got your own band as well. It's cool to see that you've been fortunate to have been picked up by artists who are very iconic and big in the world, so that you can get the exposure you deserve to let people know who you are and how well you play. So that's it's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, these opportunities were insane, actually, and they did great things for me personally as a guitar player, but also helped me when I decided to launch my own thing or try to establish it further. That's for sure. Every little bit helps, like when you're on your own journey and try to make your own music and stuff. It's not an easy thing, to go out there and try to sell your own record, try to sell tickets to get people to come see you, and you have to win one fan at a time, and you can only do that by working hard and touring and just basically kind of like having some sort of consistency, putting out albums, putting out as high quality music as you can, do the best you can, and you just hope that this resonates at some point, and hopefully down the line, a few years down the line, you'll have a fan base, you know what I mean, like something that can sustain a career. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. I was going to say, I too am a musician that, has played for the last 20-some years, and, it's a lot of hard work,
Yeah, so you know how it is then yourself. So it is very hard, and And touring costs, it's not easy. This costs a lot of money, like traveling and. I mean, I'm not saying it's a complaint or anything. I'm just saying that it's not an easy business to be in. Of course, we all started musicians with that dream, being on stage and doing this and rocking in front of a crowd. But the reality, like behind all this, it's such a good joy. But the reality is like pretty harsh. What's the steps to get to that point? Like, and how much work does it take? Like, it's not like something you just put out like 10 good songs and that's it. It all happened overnight. I mean, it has happened for some people, but very rare is the case, even the biggest stars, they still work constantly.
Oh yeah, look at Iron Maiden after 40 years. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's how they're the biggest they've ever been, and that's a result of just like relentless, like just non-stop hard work and constantly like raising the bar.
Oh yeah. Now, as far as the new record that you've done, what was your mindset when you were writing the songs that you put on the album?
Well, when we started, it was before the lineup change. So I started writing music as business as usual. It's just, I compile ideas all the time on my hard disk, and I have a lot of ideas, a lot of riffs laying around. I was just like kind of picking a few, and then just, I write ideas, and then I kind of like leave them there, and then revisit them, and then I sort of finish it up. And this was a case again with this record, and last August, I thought I had enough good material. We entered the studio. We had a few vocal lines that was provided by our co-producer Dennis Wood, so I thought, okay, with Dennis being, with this in this with me, I knew it was going to be a good record again. Because we write together really well, we have a good team. And then we do the drums and the guitars and stuff, and then like Dennis was hired by Halloween to go and do that record, so I was kind of like left her on my own, and quickly I realized that I needed a new singer as well,
Mm-hmm.
So all these changes happened in the midst of the making of this record, like not only finding somebody to co-write the record, but sort of restructure the band, find somebody else to mix the record. It was pretty hectic time, I have to say, making this record, but one of the hardest records I ever had to make, and it's kind of funny sometimes, like I'm getting really good feedback about this album now, but it's kind of crazy that sometimes in order to achieve some of your really like some of the most special work, you have to go through a lot of hard times.
Yeah.
I don't know why is that. It should be easier, you can.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know exactly what you mean. It's like, being a musician there's a lot of trial and error. It's like, you sit down, you get this killer idea it's either already preconceived in your imagination, you can hear it and you pick up the guitar and you play it, or you're just sitting down jamming, and boom, something happens, and you go, oh shit, what's that? I think, oh, cool, I've got an idea. And the next thing you know, you're writing this cool thing, and then there's all the other stuff that comes with that. It's making it work, and then being able to, record it and make it sound good. Yeah.
It goes way beyond that first initial idea of, oh, I have a cool riff, oh, I have this cool arrangement, oh, I have this cool solo. It's like you have to put vocals into that, you have to produce it, you have to have the right kind of mix, the right engineering, you have to have the right members that kind of gel and are in the same place, and it's like so many factors into. And even with this record, like I said, we're like sort of like an established band, or whatever. We've been around and we've made records, and even now it was tough. Like there were times where I thought, okay, this album will never finish, and okay, the band is sort of falling apart in the midst of this, and the producer cannot be there because he has to do something else, and then you get a new singer, and there's like a new guy in the fold, and sure, all the songs were great with Herb in the beginning, of course, and he was excited, and he really brought in a lot of fresh things to the table. But think how many things could have gone wrong if it hadn't worked out with him. I mean, we probably wouldn't be sitting here talking about this record now.
That's true. And hey, dude, look at what you did. I mean, it's a fantastic album. It's got that good mix of your traditional, almost, well, I would call it neoclassical type metal, stuff like Yngwie Malmsteen did, at one point, or even at least I can hear it. I can hear the Malmsteen, the Rainbow. I can hear that type of thing. And your vocalist.
You're right. There's stuff from there, from that, from early Rising Force and Rainbow, and that. Then you can hear all that, and then you hear like the traditional heavy stuff. And so it's a record that has a lot of variety, I think. And there was a. I don't know if I don't think it was a conscious effort for me. I guess that when I write, it comes out like that, and I have all these different ideas. And I always think that, well, if you have the right vocals and the right melodies, all these sort of different vibes can coexist in a record and have a nice flow. So it was just a really fortunate thing that Herbie could navigate through all these different types of vibes of the record and still put his stamp on it and making it what it is.
It's a fantastic album. The other thing too, your vocalist has kind of a Graham Bonnet feel in a way.
Oh yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I think you're the first one that has mentioned Graham Bonnet, and the reason why I was attracted to Herbie's voice was he reminded me of our first singer, Stephen Frederick, from our first two albums.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why I love Stephen Frederick so much is because when I first heard him, I thought, is this Graham Bonnet? And obviously Bonnet is one of my all-time favorite singers, like such a unique voice. So anybody who resembles like that is, to me, is like many levels higher, because that's a fucking golden vince there. And
I agree.
And Herbie has a little bit of that, and it reminded me of our early days, and I really wanted to have that kind of vibe again. And but yeah, he's not just that. He has other aspects to his voice too. But really, really high quality voice that you don't get to hear often nowadays in metal bands.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say, that's one thing I was going to ask you about. It's like, how do you view the current, minus the virus stuff and all the concerts and festivals being shot to shit because of it, the restrictions. How do you view the current state of heavy metal music as a whole? Because there's so much.
It is a lot. I mean, and I just feel that it's gotten a little bit too competitive,
Yeah.
There's just too many bands, and it's like, yeah, we have. I see all the pros and the technology that we have in our hands, and how easy it is to reach people and do things these days from your house and all that. And that's a blessing. That is a great thing, but at the same time, it's like you have to compete a lot. I mean, like nowadays, it's not even like having a skill and an instrument and writing even a great song isn't enough anymore. Like even if you have the most expensive video clip or something, even that isn't enough. Like you have to go way beyond that. It's just something you drop online and it's popular for a week or two or whatever, and then it's like people move on. So I don't know. I guess that's just the state of the music industry in general. But regarding heavy metal, I've seen there's a lot of different subgenres lately.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
There's a lot of things, like a lot of different tags. I don't know. I see it, I observe it, but at the same time, I'm the kind of guy who kind of like sits in his own corner doing his own little thing. I don't think about it so much. I don't think so much about what's trendy right now. I think there's, at the same time, there's room for everybody. It is competitive, but there is room for everybody. People have different tastes, and I think people do consume a lot more music these days. It's just harder to sort of like, stay set apart, yourself from this, because it's just so much stuff coming out, and so yeah, that's what I think.
Well, that's actually good. I mean, I'm glad to hear that you've always, like you said, you've always been the guy who's you've been in your own little corner, doing your own thing, and everything else may be happening around you, but you just keep doing your thing.
I'm going to be 40 this year, so it's like, if I choose to start a new band or a new project and start playing what's hip and popular now, by the time I make it with that trend will be gone.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's why I was saying, it's like, it's good to know, you don't follow trends, you're just doing what you want to do, which is important.
That's the way to do it. I mean, and if you look at all the guys, like all the all the great artists and stuff. I mean, they kind of like stuck to their guns and just did, you know, what made them unique and what made them, you know, what made people fall in love with a certain artist from the first place. So I think that's the way to go. I mean, it's the only way to do this is and survive through all this madness, you know, this and the change of times. It's just staying true to yourself, you know.
Exactly. I wholeheartedly agree with you on that. That's, you know, I was glad to hear you say that, actually, because, you know, there's always going to be artists who, you know, do like what you mentioned. They're going to look and go, okay, well, what's the hip happening thing right now? You know, okay, we got to have our hair this way, we got to wear this uniform, we got to play these types of guitars, use this tone, you know.
I mean, look, it's good sometimes to look at how other people do stuff because it can be inspiring for artists as well. You know? It doesn't mean we have to have the same wardrobe or, you know, use the same way of doing things, productions or something, or do the same. You know, it's good to be inspired by other artists too. That's okay. I don't mind that, but you know, like you say, but trying to change your hairstyle because this type of hairstyle is hip like right now. I'm not sure if this is the way to do things, but at least for me, you know, for other people it works. Some people can get away with that really good. You know, some people are genius at marketing and stuff like that. You have to think there's that aspect of it too.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, that's one of the other sides of the coin with the whole being in a band. You know, how you're going to market yourself, which, you know, I think that one thing I've seen is a lot of the best bands tend to stick to their guns, like you have. You know, your sound is what carries you. You know, and that's to me the most important thing within the world of metal is just, regardless of the genre that you're, you know, put into, whether it's power metal, death metal, or traditional metal, or whatever. It seems that the ones who have stuck with what they started with and kept doing it no matter what became popular or whatever, and they just kept going, those seem to be the ones that lasted, you know, the best.
Yeah. I mean, Iron Maiden is the best example of them all, you know. I mean, the Iron Maiden model is there for everybody to look at, you know, or AC/DC. Like,
yeah. Tell us about what kind of gear you're using and stuff right now.
Absolutely, yeah. I use Jackson guitars. I have the Gus G signature line. So I use the star-shaped models, and I have my new Sam Diva signature, which actually can be seen in the new, maybe you want to have a look, specifically it's on the new Firewind video, the Rise and Fire single.
Cool.
Amp-wise, I've been using Blackstar amps for like 10 years now.
Good choice. Those are killer amps.
Yeah, and I have my own signature line out of that as well, my own head that we did back in 2012. What else? I use DR strings, Morley wah pedals. I make my own overdrive pedals now. I started my own company.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so just I released earlier last year. I released a Speed Demon overdrive pedal. And like a limited edition thing, you know, and it went really well. So, you know, it's been living on my pedal board for a while, but now I'm working on a new pedal as well. Cool. And I also have my own pickups as well that I'm launching, which are featured in my new guitars that came out from Jackson. So my pickups are called Blackfire.
Okay.
So Blackfire pickups, yeah. And that's about it. Yeah.
I was curious with the stop box, your overdrive pedal, did you model it after any other pedals from the past?
It was based, I mean, I used to have a pedal with a DVD company. They made they make all kinds of stuff, all kinds of pedals, and they had made me like an overdrive pedal about 8 or 9 years ago, and it was based off basically the classic Ibanez tube screamer.
Oh wow!
But I found this small company here from Athens, Greece, and they're called Crazy Tube Circuits. And I went to them and I said, hey, can you take this pedal and sort of make it better? So they redesigned a whole new circuit. It's a pretty insane overdrive pedal actually, in the sense that it really boosts specific frequencies without having that hiss or like compression making your tone smaller. Basically, it keeps. It only goes to certain frequencies, but your tone remains unaffected. But still, you have that extra kick in your tone, and it's
Cool.
It's a pretty good pedal actually. We got really good reviews with it, and now we're getting ready we're working on the next one, which is going to be a dual distortion pedal, like a heavy distortion and then like a booster built in as well.
Oh, that's really cool, man.
It's a show at a festival or a gig where you can't bring your amp, you can fly date or whatever, and you couldn't be bothered, and you just use whatever they got there. You just plug this in front of a clean channel, and boom, you got your sound right there, your rhythm and lead tone,
What are your thoughts on Kemper amps?
Not really my thing, man. I get the use of it, it's very flexible, a lot of musicians use it, but not my thing, not for me. I like good old tube amps, for the stage at least,
Yeah.
At home, for my home studio, I use plugins, of course, but and that's convenient. But live, I love playing through tube amps and real cabs. Yeah.
Awesome. Keep doing that.
So massive thanks to Jimi Mitchell and Gus G from Firewind for a fab interview. Thank you so much. You're listening to the Metal Knights of the Round Table on Rage Breed Radio. So what do we have next coming up? So we have a track by Disconnected Souls. We're going to be playing a little bit more of some power metal, a little bit of Viking metal, some classic heavy metal, and some phonic metal as well. So we'll get all of the kind of stuff that you will like on here, for those of you into the very melodic stuff, and yeah, it should be all good. So we want to hear from you. Make sure that you are adding the Metal Knights of the Round Table page. That will be awesome, because we need as much people listening to this kind of music as possible. We want to help the underground, we want to help the signs. So, invite people to the page you think might actually enjoy that on Facebook. Remember that we are always looking for bands to play in our compilation CD. And if you're interested, contact Jimi Mitchell. His email address is jimmy_ragebreed@hotmail.com. As you can see, we've had some really good bands that have, bought the compilation deal on issue 1. If you haven't bought issue 1, check it out. Like I say, go to Rage Breed magazine, and it's available to buy on www.ragebreed.bigcartel.com. And it comes with 2 free compilation CDs, all for just £4.99. You cannot go wrong with that, seriously. So stay tuned, we've got loads of music coming up, and thank you so much for checking out this section, the Metal Knights at the Round Table. Thanks to Jimi Mitchell, thanks to Gus G, and stay tuned for some more music. Next, Divergence by Disconnected Souls. Next, Amon The Pursuit of Vikings. Wow, what a great tune. I love that tune. I love them on the Marth. They're always they're just so good, aren't they? I've seen them live at the Rescue Rooms with Exodus a while back in Nottingham, and they are absolutely fab band. So the next tune coming up is called Interferum, and it's called Death Bringer from the Sky. And we've actually interviewing these guys on Ragebreed magazine issue 2. So do go and check that out. So here it is, Interferum, Deathbringer from the Sky.
Hello, this is Jimmy from Ragebreed. This is Metal Knights of the Round Table, and you are listening to Ragebreed Radio.
that rounds it up. Hope you've enjoyed the show. You've been listening to the Metal Knights of the Round Table or watching it either on Ragebreed TV or listening on Ragebreed Radio. Thanks so much.